Hi, buddy. Welcome back. I'm the Strategy Professor, and today we're going to be looking at another coaching session for Renekton on patch 8.4. So thank you very much again to Lorgan for the very generous donation. Always appreciate it. Anyone out there who wants their own coaching session, you can just email me at thestrategyprofessor@gmail.com. We can set that up. If you want to watch more coaching videos, you can check out the playlist here. I think this is going to be my 97th coaching video, and if you want to see complete champion guides, mostly for support champs, but I've got a couple other ones in there too, you can check that out as well right there for you. So how is this going to work? I'm going to talk about the pregame for a little bit, just sort of what I think about runes, item choices, skills you should max, and just overall Renekton playstyle. Then we'll go in, we'll watch the game, I'll take plenty of notes as we watch it, then at the very end I'll bring it all together in the post-game for the best 5 to 10 tips that I have for Lorgan. Now, Lorgan also asked in an email if I would focus specifically on positioning and team fight, so I'll try to do lots of commentary about that as well. Okay, let's go ahead and get in here. And I'll have timestamps in the description and this Google Doc if you just want to skip around, you don't want to watch the whole thing, you just want to jump straight into the game, or you just want to go to like the post game or something like that for some reason. I'll have that for you. Okay, so I don't agree with what most people do on Renekton after the post. Now, I'm not a Renekton specialist, but after the PTA, the press the attack nerf, and it is a nerf in my mind because it's only 4% extra damage early on. So if you look at the patch notes, I'm not going to spend a long time going down this rabbit hole, but what they did was they basically changed it to where it does a little bit more like trigger damage early on, but it does a lot less. It does a lot less percentage damage, and that's what the big thing is with Renekton is you want to trigger that press the attack, and then you used to get 12% extra damage, you know, on your Q, on your E, on your ult, on everything. Because I think what his pattern would be with this is you go in with your E, you W them immediately, and that would, if it's in power, that would be 1, 2, 3 hits that would trigger press the attack immediately, and then that would apply the extra damage to your Q, to your E when you left, or to your ult if you weren't all in. But that's been reduced from 12% to 4%, which is pretty massive. So yeah, you do get a little bit of extra trigger damage there. I don't know what it would be at level 6. I guess we could look that up, but a lot of people are still getting it. One of the top Renekton players that I looked at, however, actually he is the top Renekton player, at least statistically, according to OP.GG. You don't always have to emulate the top players. There are lots of people who disagree with different builds. Different high-level Renekton players build different things. I looked at all of them. But the very top guy has a different build from what most people build, and I actually like this one a bit more. He runs Grasp of the Undying. This is pretty much what he runs. Grasp of the Undying, Bone Plating, Second Wind, Overgrowth, and then Transcendence and Gathering Storm. I really like these 4 quite a bit. I like Grasp because that's going to give you more sustain in lane. It's going to give you better trading power, and because you're stacking a lot of health anyways, it's going to give you some more spike damage later on. So that's going to replace some of the spike damage that you're going to get off of PTA, especially in the early game. Because Grasp deals 4% of your maximum health. So, you know, if kind of in the early to mid game you have 2,000 health, then that's going to give you, you know, 80 burst damage, which is going to be similar to what PTA would give you anyways. Just the difference is this is going to let you stack up health over time, and it's going to restore your health. So it would restore 40 health as you do that as well. Now, so it's similar to PTA. Now, you're not going to get the extra percentage damage over time, but in an all-in kind of burst situation where you're killing them pretty quickly, that's going to give you a similar benefit. Another problem with going PTA is the rest of the tree, I think, is not... It's okay, but it's not that great. I feel like the rest of the Resolve tree is going to be better for him. You know, you would... Typically, people will go Triumph, Alacrity, and Coup de Grace. Alacrity is pretty bad. I mean, yeah, you do get extra attack speed, but that's really not what Renekton's all about. He does do some attack speed, but he's mostly an ability, damage, you know, burst type of champion. So that's like, it's okay, but it's not amazing. Yeah, it would let your W animation finish faster, but you should be canceling your W animation with Tiamat anyways, so that shouldn't matter too much. Triumph is good, but it's been nerfed, and that only takes effects after you've already killed the person. And then Coup de Grace is pretty good. When they're below, you know, a certain threshold, they get extra damage. This allows you much more trading power in lane, though, and gives you a lot more durability, especially if you're going to build two, like, semi-offensive items like Titanic Hydra and Black Cleaver, which is what most people build on him first. This will give you that extra bit of tankiness for all ends. So Grasp, of course, we talked about that. Pretty similar burst damage to PTA, not quite, but it's close. Gives you sustain, gives you extra health and trading in lane. Bone Plating, this is a new rune. It's going to give you a lot of extra damage mitigation. And I'm pretty sure this stacks after, like, armor and magic resist. Okay, good. Yeah, and this is mostly for all-in. It's not for poke. So, and Renekton's an all-in champion. So, that means you're basically going to negate somewhere in the neighborhood, you know, level 6, like 90 damage. And I'm pretty sure that's post-mitigation. So, what I mean by that is if something is dealing 500 incoming damage, and you have 50% damage reduction from your armor, let's say you have 100 armor or something by then, which I guess you wouldn't have that much, but just for easy math, that would take it down to 250, and then you would get the reduced damage of, you know, 3 attacks, you know, reducing it basically 90, so that would take it down to, what, about 160, 161, since it's not quite 90. 161 damage you would take after that. Whereas if it applied first, then that would go down to, if it was 60 down, that'd go to 440, and then that would get cut in half down to 220. So it really matters a lot, and it doesn't state whether this gets pre-mitigation or post-mitigation. I wish it would clarify that. I mean, I guess I could look that up on Reddit. But basically, if it's pre-mitigation, if it applies before armor, then it's, you know, you're still going to take 220 damage in a 500 damage scenario with 50% reduction. But if it's post-mitigation, you're only going to take 160. The way this is worded, it sounds like it's post-mitigation, which makes it extremely strong. So I think that's really good. Second Wind will give you a lot more health sustain in lane. This is one of the most overpowered runes in the game still. It's really, really good for laning. And then Overgrowth is okay. It's not amazing. 8 minions that die near you. There's going to be 15 minions per minute. There's 6 per wave, and there's a cannon minion once per minute. So it's going to be about 15. So you're going to get about, whatever, 0.2 per minute on average. A little bit less. So if you think of, like, you know, being in lane for 20 minutes, that would be 4%. So, you know, if you take off 1, we'll just call it 3.5. So if you have 3,000 health around, like, 23 minutes in the game, oops. No, that's not right. Okay, so if you get, how many did I say, 0.4 or 0.2 per minute, just say that, 0.2 per minute times 24. Is it for real that low? You'd only get 120 health? I thought you'd get way more than that. Okay, well that's a lot weaker than I thought it was. Yeah, it's pretty weak. But I just don't think that there are any other... I mean, Unflinching's not that great. Revitalize is not that great. But Alacrity's not that great in the other tree that I mentioned. So, you know, each tree is going to have something that's not that great. But I think that Second Wind, Bone Plating, and Grasp are better than the other 3 in the Precision tree. Also, this gives you more health than the Precision tree, which is really good, because you're going to be stacking a lot of health. So if you go Precision into Domination, which is really common on Renekton, then you're going to get attack speed and AD damage, versus if you go Resolve into Sorcery, which is what he recommends, and that's going to give you health plus AD damage. So, anyways, that rune's not amazing, the last one, but it's okay, and I think the other ones are better, and just the overall tree is going to give you that 65 bonus health, which is a pretty big deal, and 6 bonus attack damage. So, I like that build. You know, another one that he does is Transcendence and Gathering Storm, which is a little wacky, I think, but it does give you really nice scaling, which is something that Renekton has a problem with. You know, he does very well early game, but he doesn't scale amazingly into the late game. the Gathering Storm does give him a little bit better scaling into the late game. So if you get, you know, 14 attack damage is worth 35.5 gold each. At 20 minutes, that's about a 500 gold value, which is really good. Remember that Overgrowth I just looked at was about 300 at 20 minutes, just for comparison. This is almost twice as good. And it continues to scale even better. So, you know, if you get up to 30 minutes, that's when it really starts to kick in. So about 500 gold at 20 minutes. And yeah, like 1,000 gold at 30 minutes. So that definitely does give you an insurance policy against longer games. So that's pretty nice. And then Transcendence gives you CDR. It's 266 gold value, 10% CDRs. But that's kind of an undervalued stat. Renekton really, really likes CDR because he is an ability-based champion, as I mentioned before. He's going to have Cleaver, and then he might get Ionian Boots if he's really greedy. Most of the time he's going to get a defensive boot like a Ninja Tabi or a Merc Treads. Usually Ninja Tabi. And he doesn't get any other CDR. Well, if he gets Death Dance, that gives him another 10% CDR. But he won't get to 40 most of the time. And even if he did, you would still get the bonus AD off of it. So, I think it's pretty good. That gives you early game. The other option would be to go something like Domination. And then you could get Sudden Impact, which pretty much gives you 10 lethality. And don't forget, the extra 8 magic pen does apply to his ultimate. Does quite a bit of magic damage as well. So, that's pretty good. This is better for, like, trading in lane. This is more damage early game. Getting that 10 lethality for your trades is very nice. And then a lot of people will go something like Ravenous Hunter, which does heal you for a certain percentage, but it's only 1/3 for champions dealt by your abilities. Now, that does also include your ultimate, which is pretty nice, which is something that, like, a Death Dance or a Death Dance wouldn't cover. Because that's only, I believe Death Dance is only physical damage. I'm not 100%. Okay, it's not going to show me if I hover, but... Anyways, the secondary is if you could go Domination for better early and just maybe a little bit more sustain with Ravenous. I don't like this tree anymore. Like, you could go something like Stopwatch and something else, but that just sounds bad. Precision secondary, you could get Triumph and Coup de Grace if you want. Which is, that wouldn't be that bad. That would give you a little bit more sustain if you get kills on takedowns, and Coup de Grace would help you kill people a bit better if they're low. But this is what the top Renekton player does almost every game. So, I think it looks pretty good. It makes sense. Like I said, you've got kind of your early laning phase covered here. Like, that's a lot of sustain in lane and trading power with Bone Plating, Second Wind, and Grasp. That's a lot. Then you've got kind of your health scaling, insurance for later game. And then you have these two are kind of your scaling for later game. So you're making up for one of Renekton's major problems, which is his scaling with your runes, because you're already really oppressive early, and these three complement your oppression. So I think it's a pretty good mixture of survivability in lane and scaling into the late game. As far as build order, you almost always want to go Black Cleaver, Titanic Hydra. The reason for this is you're mostly an ability damage champion, as I mentioned before, and that means that Armor Shred is particularly important for you because your abilities are going to do pretty big damage, and you want to do as much damage as you possibly can. He also shreds the armor really quickly with his W, because each hit of that is going to apply a stack of Cleaver. And that gives you more team utility too, because that shreds all the damage for your AD carry or your AD jungler or whatever. So that gives you some pretty nice utility. He has great health scaling as well, especially if you're going to go Titanic Hydra. So that's really nice. So it just kind of gives him everything that he wants. He also loves CDR. So Cleaver's just like the perfect item. You pretty much always want to get Cleaver. Everybody's going to get Cleaver first item on Renekton. You also need a Tiamat item. This is really important because when Renekton starts his W, then he has to manually do those 3 swings, and it basically is a self-stun for like half a second. But if you press your Titanic Hydra while you're in the middle of that, it cancels the animation. So you do the full damage, but it cancels his swinging animation. That's one of the slowest, clunkiest animations in the whole game. And so you have to have something with Tiamat in order to cancel that. So whenever you go in, as soon as you press W, you can Tiamat out of it and then get your Q off like half a second faster, which is a really big deal. And it's going to apply all the cleaver stacks. It does everything instantly. When you press W, you don't have to wait on the animation. Just, if you don't have a Tiamat, you have to sit there and watch the animation. So you're basically self-stunning yourself for half a second for no reason. So you need a Tiamat, and then Titanic usually makes the most sense. So it gives you an auto attack reset, gives you that tankiness. He does scale very well with health. And yeah, it just works great. It gives you another stack of cleaver when you get that auto attack reset. It's great. So yeah, that's going to stack it all up instantly. I mean, you're going to have like full stacks of cleaver as soon as you do that. I mean, you can go Ravenous Hydra if you want, but it's not going to be as good. It does give you the lifesteal, but it doesn't give you an auto attack reset, and it doesn't give you survivability, although it does give you more AD. You know, as you can see, he virtually never goes Ravenous, and very few people do elsewise. Now, he does get Blade of the Ruined King sometimes, which is really weird. I don't like that build. Like I said, I'm not a Renekton expert, but it doesn't give you any survivability. It doesn't have any health on it. It doesn't give you any CDR. It gives you attack speed, which is, I don't think, that great on Renekton. Like, it's okay, but I mean, yeah, you do get 3 procs of it when you use your W, so it is 12% of their current health. So that's the combo, is when you have an empowered W, you go in with your E, you W them. You do get 3 procs of it, which is nice. But it just doesn't have a lot of AD, and he has great AD ratios on his abilities. You know, if we look, and we'll get started here in just a second. I just want to go over sort of the major considerations for him. Like, he has a 0.8% bonus AD on his Call of the Meek, which is great. His Ruthless Predator has 225% bonus AD. His Slice and Dice has 90%, up to 180. And his ultimate obviously doesn't have any on it. But these are really big bonus AD numbers. I mean, I wouldn't want to throw that down the drain. I would want to get something with more attack damage on it, if at all possible, you know? And getting something like a Cleaver or a Titanic Hydra. I mean, I guess that's going to be about the same AD, but those just have better utility. I don't know. I don't understand the Blade of the Ruined King, but, you know, I guess that's an option that he does sometimes, which maybe that can work. But I think that the best build is usually Ninja, Cleaver, Titanic, and then something defensive, and this depends on the game, but Steric is a nice blend of defense and offense. It gives you higher base damage. You know, the thing about Sterix with Renekton, though, is he doesn't have anything that scales off a base. He's not going to get Trinity. And so that's not going to do anything to help him out with these abilities. So this is bonus attack damage. If anything says total attack damage, then that scales with Sterix, because Sterix increases your base damage by 50%. Okay, this actually does. This actually does. Okay, so his W does scale off of AD, so it's not total AD, it's AD. So that would actually be really nice. Everything else is bonus AD, though. So it does have a nice percentage on it, up to 225%. So it's okay. But I mean, one of the main reasons you get it is it has the shield and it has the health. So it gives you extra defensive stats, extra tankiness, in addition to extra damage. Another very common build would be just to get a GA after that. And GA is particularly strong on Renekton because when he wakes up out of, you know, his stasis, typically his abilities are about to come back off a cooldown, and then he can just turn it around and kill people. So he's pretty powerful, and because he's going to have so much health, that when he returns with 30% health off of GA, then he's going to get a lot of health back when he comes back. So GA is another really popular option. You could get something like Adaptive Helm if you're up against like a Cassiopeia or a Rise, something like that. Or you could get like a Randuin's if they have critical strike users that are really fed, like a Fizz, or not a Fizz, obviously not a Fizz, like a Twitch or a Zaya, something like that. So, you know, after you get the Cleaver, the Titanic, and some kind of boot, either Ninja Tabi or Merc Treads, that's kind of up to you, but you just want to finish it out with defensive bruiser items like Sterix, GA, Randuin's, Adaptive Helm, stuff like that all the way down. So you don't need any more damage. in your build typically, because Cleaver Titanic's going to be enough. Actually, he does build Death's Dance sometimes in some situations. So Death's Dance is interesting because it does give you kind of lifesteal on your abilities, which is really nice. It does give you a lot of attack damage, which I just showed. He loves attack damage. It's great. And it delays 30% of the damage that you're going to take, which gives you more time to lifesteal, which is great. So he does get Cleaver, and the 10% CDR is really good too. So he does get Cleaver sometimes. Probably when he's ahead, although he got it in this game, and he was either even or behind when he got it, most likely. So I'm not really sure when he builds Cleaver. He does build it a lot. I mean, it looks like sometimes right after Tiamat if he's going more aggressive. So I guess you can get a more aggressive build if you want to go, you know, Cleaver Tiamat Death Stance or Cleaver Titanic Death Stance. That is on the table. So it seems like that's what he's been toying around with more lately. Although he doesn't do that all the time. He might just be trying it out. We don't know for sure. We're not talking to him, but that is another option. If you want more offense, if you want more damage, you can go a Death Stance afterwards, and you get some semi-tankiness with that passive, and you just get a lot more like one-shot potential if you're against a bunch of squishies. Like, maybe that's the common ground, is people just are playing a lot less tanks now, and so maybe that's why he's getting less Blade of the Ruined King, and he's opting to get more Death's Dance as his offensive item. I think Death's Dance synergizes a lot better with Renekton's kit, because he scales a lot better off of it. OP.GG is getting squirrely here. I can't scroll on it, but you'll see he's up against squishy champs quite a bit in these matchups. Like here, he's up against Annie. This one he's up against Shen though, and he still got it. Death's Dance. So I don't know. That's something to consider there. I do know that you definitely want Boots, Titanic, Black Cleaver most of the time. If you're feeling frisky, if you want to do more damage, Death's Dance I think is the best third damage item, or you can just go into GA or Sterix. Okay, then you want to max your Q, and then your E, then your W. Max E second, because that's going to give you that armor shred, which is really great for your team, and it's really great for extra damage on your abilities. So when you go in with your E, if you go in again, it's going to shred everybody by like 30% or something when you get this maxed out. Yeah, 35%. Remember, that's not just for you, that's for everybody on your team. So that Twitch who's attacking everybody, or the Xayah, or the Master Yi, or whatever, this gives them all that extra damage, which is massive. So that gives you more team presence. If you can apply Cleaver plus this, it's going to cut everybody's armor by like, I don't know if it stacks additively or multiplicatively, but it's going to be like 50%. So everybody's going to be taking like 50% more damage. So that's really, really good, obviously. Okay, so you'd max your W last most of the time. Okay, let's go ahead and get in there. Dang, that was a really long introduction, but you know, I know there's a lot of people out there who don't know a lot about Renekton, and he's kind of an odd duck these days, but he can be very good. Okay, let's go ahead and get going.
Welcome to Summoner's Rift. 30 seconds until minions spawn. Minions have spawned.
Okay, good. I like using that kind of vision. It's going to help your jungler out with the pathing. I'm not super familiar with this matchup, so I think you can trade with him early. I don't know what his runes are. You should have been able to see his runes in the loading screen. If he doesn't have a lot of sustain, then I think you could take him, but I know he doesn't in his kit, but if I don't know if he's taking Grasp or what. Okay, that looks like Grasp, yeah. So he does have some sustain, but he's also ranged, so I would have held your Rage there for level 2 so you could trade, because right now you can't trade with him that well. So I would have definitely held on to your Q damage. You want to always try to use that rage on them. Using your Q is good if you don't have rage yet. You want to use your Q to help build up to your rage. But the big combo, of course, is when you hit level 3, you E in, W, Q, and then E back out. And you want to try to freeze it as much as you can, kind of near your tower. This is pretty good, because ideally... Now, watch out for all these minions. They're all hitting you. Okay, good. Okay, so you opted for, it looks like, Aftershock. It's good. I like Aftershock. Similar concept to Grasp. It's going to give you less damage. Okay, yeah. You got to get out of there. Because he has TP. Yeah, usually you would want to push it in, but in top lane, if they have TP, especially early in the game, you're just not going to be able to do it. Okay, so I don't know how much gold you have here, but probably like longsword. Yeah, a couple longswords. Looks good. Okay, good. So you're going for Tiamat first. That's fine. I like that. Gives you that animation cancel. Yeah, and just go ahead and TP if you're going to TP. Maybe you were like thinking about it, which is fine, but... you know, usually that very first, if it's this early in the game, just go ahead and TP. No one's going to be contesting dragons. Sometimes later on in the game, you have to really think carefully. Do you want to TP? Is it worth losing, you know, 1 or 2 CS in order to have that global presence? And that just depends, but... Let me see that exchange again. Write down a note there just to make sure you use your Q on the enemy and not minions. Okay, you did get the second version on him. I think you could have sequenced that better to get more damage, to get either the empowered damage on your Q or your W. I think using on your E was pretty ineffectual there. Because you didn't follow up. Like, usually if you want to shred the armor like that, if you want to use your rage on the armor shred, then you want to be E-ing forward. Alright, he flashed. That's fine. It's fine. Now I gotta be a little careful with the jungler here. He's also 6, so... Yeah, once he uses his shotgun legs and he doesn't have any up when he's fighting you, I think. Okay, good. Yeah. Once that's down, you can go on him, I think. I mean, how are you not 6 yet? Okay. I'm not sure where you lost all this experience. Go, 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 go! Okay. That was an alright bait, but... I guess that worked out. That was back a little bit further than... I thought you were gonna go, but... Again, I think the sequencing there on your all-in was maybe a little off. Let's go back and watch the all-in just really quickly, and then... Alright, let's say so you're at 50%. Okay, so you E in. Go forward. Okay. You're attacking. Yeah, I think you could have stuck with him a little bit more and just hid behind some of the minions to soak those shots. So you have double rage. That was okay. That's fine. I felt like you used all of your abilities when you could have, like, I don't know. Maybe if you used your R earlier, you could have had enough rage for your, like, your last ability, your last W, or your Q. I feel like popping your R faster is better because you generate rage through your R if you're gonna all-in him anyways. So I would have probably pop the R first and then go in. And then that way when he's stunned, he's also taking the full damage of it and you're generating rage the whole time. Because right there, you used all 3 of your abilities were on cooldown before you got any rage in that. And the rage is a lot of extra damage, or whatever it's called. Ferocity. I don't remember what it's called with him. His bar. Either ferocity or rage or something. Okay, so it's important to take stock what else is going on in the map too here. So he's up like 20-something CS, which really shouldn't happen if we're being honest. Like, you've had 2 kills on him in lane. I think that says to me that you're just not leveraging your advantage enough. I mean, I know he's kind of a tough matchup. Once he uses that, though, you have to punish him. You have to really go at him. But yeah, you got to work on that CS a little bit here and just punish him. Because if you're that far ahead, you gotta take advantage of that. Like, he can't be getting these kind of leads, especially because Renekton is really like an early game champion. Early to mid game, he doesn't scale that well into late game. Like, he does have good AD ratios, but he just can't build a lot of AD typically. Like, he's alright. He's not, like, awful late game, you know. He's not like Pantheon. He's not as bad as Pantheon or something like that, but he still is, you know, a really early game champion for the most part. Early to mid game. Okay, good. That's a nice sequence. And I think you need to bully him out more. I understand that Renekton is kind of scary early game too. That's definitely a consideration, but... Okay, yeah. Make sure you're looking down here for opportunities to TP. I don't think that there was a good one there, but that's something as top lane that you always need to be aware of. Yeah, don't TP into this, but just keep an eye down there. This is about the point of the game where you want to start looking. Okay, good. You did catch up in CS. That's good. He's going to get a few more here, but that's good. You did catch up. You got your Ninja Tabi here. Ruby. Okay, okay, good, good. Nice, good, great. Great chance to TP, they overstayed, made him pay. Yeah, get Dragon, he's gonna put a lot of damage top. Tell Orianna to go top, and then you get Dragon. No, don't play around, you guys aren't gonna kill these guys. I think that was an opportunity, a missed opportunity. I would have pinged a lot and said, Ori, go top, Ori, go top, Ori, go top, and then you guys get Dragon. Because you had 2 of them dead. You guys could have forced a 3v2 here. 4v2 when Caitlyn got over there. I mean, as it stands, though, like, that was an okay trade. You basically got an assist on it. You did relieve some pressure bottom. So you did force a kill, and 2 kills, because Lux got 1 also. But you did pay 20 CS for that, and half a tower in damage. I think that would have been way better if Ori comes up here to cover that. Who flashed? Okay. Yeah, if Ori comes up here to cover that, and then the rest of you take that dragon instead of chasing around the other people, I think that would have been better. Blitz and Twitch were both dead. It was definitely a missed opportunity. Let me back up. I was watching bot there. Okay, good roam. Volley sees you. Urgot's not following though. Ori's about to be here. Okay, yeah, get to Xerath. Get to Xerath. Okay, good. Did you not hit your first E? Let me say. Because you should have been able to E off of the Sejuani. E onto volley. No, you missed him. Okay, that's what the deal was. So you should, you should try to hit Volibear with your first E. Then that will re-trigger your second E, and then you use your second E to go kill the Xerath. That's what should have happened there. Yeah, that was good. Urgot's coming. You need to ping back. Ping back. Oh. Okay, too late. That's rough. Yeah, you gotta keep an eye on Urgot. So you guys should have left, like, this way, probably. Like, either run straight down here or over here. Okay. Oh, he's gonna get the tower for that one, isn't he? Yeah, it's not good. So that roam was okay. I think the chase in was kind of bad though. Like, I probably would have just backed and left after the first kill. I know it probably wasn't your idea to dive like that. A Volibear. You gotta remember, Volibear has a lot of healing too. Like, he's really hard to dive. Alright, well, at least get Dragon here, right? One person's dead. Okay, Blitz is low. And I guess you guys can pressure this tower. I feel like Drag's going to be easier to get, though. If you guys get this, it's worth. Okay, they got Rift. Okay, so now you know Volibear's top. They're almost certainly going to use that middle, so Ori needs to go back middle. Yeah, get this and then go get Dragon. Yeah, rotate. Yeah, just back up, back up. They're all collapsing down here. Try. Yeah, y'all need to leave. If Blitz hooks somebody here, it's... She's dead. That's gonna be Dragon. Just leave, just leave, just leave. Just give him Dragon. I would probably just go top and push right now. Or middle. Get middle, get middle, get middle, get middle. You guys can't really... I don't like it. I mean, it's a 4v5. Just push middle. Okay, well, you did find him out. So I guess that worked out, but... Okay, here, let me... So, like, right here, after they catch Kate, you do have your ult going. You guys are kind of strong, but you also have a complete wave here in the middle. So, if you just come in and, like, ward this, then you guys, you and Ori could go just get the middle right now. Okay. So, they don't get Dragon. I guess they want to use their Rift bottom. Which could have been fine. I mean, basically you would trade their Rift, and you would both get towers out of it. And then Kate would be back to defend Dragon. But as it stands, you guys chase Xerath. and they're going to get this tower for free. So if you just went middle instead of chasing Xerath, then you could have had mid tower, which is more valuable than just a kill. You don't have your ult. That's fine. I don't know. I feel like you guys are going to lose this. Yeah. The problem is you don't have your ult, and you really need to get to their back line and tie up Twitch is what I think your role is on this team. If Twitch just gets to sit there and free fire, then you guys are probably going to lose. Okay, so you should have rotated mid. When they went Dragon, you should have rotated mid to push this, and then either force them to come to you, or just trade out Dragon for mid tower. If they want to go bottom and use Rift, that's fine. At least you're trading a tower for a tower. And then you could maybe defend Dragon after that. Or if they just... You can't really race them, because Rift will come over here and do damage to this tower too. But, like, you could have had two people defend bottom like you did, and then just you and Ori take mid Dragon. Okay, itemization's good. But they're just getting the better of you on all these trades. Like the macro trades. Okay, there's the teleport. Make sure you ping that out. Now, Lux is not really warding. You need control wards. I don't know if this one's yours or not. I didn't see it, but you should always have a control ward on the map. Get Twitch. Yeah, you gotta get Twitch. And most of their damage, especially if you're building a tank, you need to pay attention to who's fed. You always need to pay attention to it, especially if you're building something that's like a tank or a bruiser, to see which resistances you need to get. And even though Xerath is the most fed one and he's magic, I would still go AD. Like armor stuff. Much. I mean, they're not going to do a lot of burst damage to you. Maybe you're better off going Death Stance. Just so make sure that you kill Twitch. Okay. Middle. Go get middle. Y'all got a 4v5. You see Twitch down here, 3v5. Middle. Y'all got to get stuff. Like, just getting a kill is not enough. Y'all have to get things. Like, you should have gone middle immediately and pushed this tower. It's almost dead. They do have good wave clear with Xerath, but just check him. Just make sure he's in the area. I mean, maybe he's in base. Maybe he's over here, like, doing golems or something. We have no idea what he's doing. So just, like, push middle first and just see if you can get it. If you can't, it's fine, but at least look at it and see, you know? That's really dicey because we don't know where the rest of them are. They could all be running down here right now. It's looking good so far, but teleporting that far back is iffy, and then he can also go invisible. Okay, y'all got him, though. I have no idea where Xerath and Volibear are. Okay. No, he was at blue. See, if you would have pushed middle and he was there, like, waiting on Brute, I'll guarantee you in silver there are people who will not stop doing blue and they'll just give up mid tower. They just won't even, like, nope, I'm finishing my blue no matter what. So I think you could have had that mid if you tried it, because Blitz and Twitch were bot. So once again, y'all got kills, which are good, but you're not converting it to anything. Like, you did push this forward, which is good. What'd you get? Okay, the classic. That's good. I would really think about a Death Stance here, because I think the most important thing is getting Twitch out of there, even if you're just trading yourself for Twitch. Like, they're gonna have to use a lot of cooldowns to kill you. And they don't have any peeling or shielding. Blitz doesn't have Locket. He's going straight offense, so I think you can definitely one-shot the Twitch if you sequence correctly. So you want to E onto somebody, E onto someone on the front line, Urgot, and then E back onto the Twitch. You know, pop your ult. Let him go, let him go, let him go. Okay, you guys flash, that's fine. Alright, watch for Twitch, watch for Twitch. Where is he? Here he is. Okay, stick in there. Alright, he's just murdering everybody now. Let me see your position again. Like, your number one concern in these fights needs to be, where is Twitch? That's what you always need to ask yourself. And just constantly watch for him. So let's see, let's watch this again. Let's slow it down a little bit. Okay. You should be saying, where's Twitch, where's Twitch? He's gonna come from over here or over here. Okay. Okay, good. I like killing this Urgot person here. Okay, there he is. Now you need to be thinking, I need to get over to Twitch now. So don't chase Urgot. He's just gonna stun and lock you up. Get down here on this Twitch. So try to, once your E is back up, you need to get over here and E onto him. Yeah, you're chasing this way, way, way too far. You're not going to catch him. Yeah, and Twitch got like 2 kills over here, I think. Y'all gave him a free kill here. Yeah, Xerath does matter. He does a lot of damage, but at the same time, once he gets so far away, you're just not going to catch him. He's going to have his stun with his E, and he's going to have his slow thing with his W. Twitch should be your main target. Twitch doesn't have anything to get you off of him once you're on him. So that was okay, but I would have switched over to Twitch. You need to prioritize Twitch. He's the big threat right now in fights. Xerath at least has to hit skill shots. I mean, Twitch has to, like, right-click, basically. Pop his R and then right-click, and that's it. And he'll just, like, delete your whole team. Yeah, and don't worry about peeling for the Caitlyn or anything. I mean, she's, like, 2 and 7. She doesn't do any damage. She doesn't even have a complete item yet. She doesn't matter. Like, you really need to team up with the Sejuani and just make sure you kill Twitch. If you kill Twitch, then, like, Ori, you, and Sej might be able to just clean it up. It's a big wave top. You're going to have a really hard time contesting his objectives, because Orianna's not really, like, warding anything. So that means your best bet is probably just to push up waves. And use that as your vision, like, force them to go to lanes to deal with your waves. Y'all got to give that up now, I think. Somebody got picked, right? Yeah, Lux is dead. No, I think you're just going to die here. Maybe, maybe not, but... Yeah. No, you, like, when somebody's dead, you need to just stop. Just give them whatever they want, just about. I mean, if you can stall them, that's good, but you really want to do your best not to fight. There's Switch. It's going to give him, like, 2 more kills. Yeah, y'all cannot fight them when it's 45. Even though Lux seems like she's not doing that much, you know, she at least has an ult, she has some CC. Like, you cannot position... You just have to give him that dragon. Like, if it was a Baron, you know, you can kind of, like, stall him. But the thing is, as Renekton, you can't really scare him that much, you know, because you're just a melee champion at the end of the day, and you don't have any poke or... Okay, ping that teleport. Okay, Caitlyn did it. But yeah, you gotta lay down the dragon. Just some stuff you have to say, well, Lux got caught, so they get a dragon. You know, like, dragon is okay, tier 1 tower is okay, you know, because it's a lot better than giving them 4 kills plus a dragon, which is what that's probably going to happen there, and that's pretty much what did happen. Now Twitch is getting bigger. If he gets to like a GA or something, that's going to be a serious problem. Thankfully, he's still going all offense, so you can still one-shot him. No, they're gonna find you. Oh, yeah, that seems bad. I would switch off. Just go to top lane. Get out of here. This is gonna be really bad. If Twitch shows up, Twitch. You need to be watching for Twitch. Save your E for Twitch. Zerat's gonna poke y'all down. Yeah, this is not good. He's gonna roll up like right over here or something. Okay, there he is. Zerat's gonna kite you. Okay, y'all did force a couple of fights, which is nice. Just push this up. Just go get this. Push this up and force them to go defend this tower. Like, what should have happened first is when y'all kill Blitz, just rotate top. Because there was a wave right here. Just rotate top and just push it and just get tower. Like, you could use the Baron to bait. But you don't want to keep doing Baron because it stacks an armor and a magic resist debuff on you. So that when they show up, you're going to be taking... Depends on how many debuffs you have, but you're going to be taking like 10% more damage, maybe 20% more damage. Like, it shreds a lot of your magic resistant armor. And everyone just takes damage, you know, from the area of effect Baron power, so... You do not want to get into a fight while Baron is on you, not only because you're taking damage, but because of that debuff. And I think a lot of people forget about that. It's like corrosive spit or something like that. Basically, the way that works with like critical strike or penetration and all that stuff that Twitch and Xerath are going to have, they're going to one-shot you if they get some clean shots on you and you have a lot of Baron debuff on you. Twitch, go on Twitch, pop everything, go on Twitch right now. Okay, good. That was kind of dirty, but it was good. Okay, going Death Stance. Alright. I wouldn't do Baron right now. Just... I would just push this. Well, Lux should actually stay here so they don't think that you're going Baron, because if she walks off of that, you are wasting so much time getting Baron. Just, you need to tell them to get top tower and mid tower. You guys could have had both of those right there. Just get the towers. Y'all don't have any damage. Caitlyn has like 1 item. She's already pretty bad at Baron. Sejuani's not going to do a lot of damage to Baron. No, she's like okay. But like Ori, Lux, Kate, like these aren't really like people you would think about immediately that are going to, you know, crank down a Baron. Your team's just not a good Baron team. I'm just writing down shot call more, get towers. I mean, obviously you're dead, so you can't go to the towers, but you can tell them what to do. In a polite way, you know? Like, just tell them, just say, we don't have fast Baron team, get towers. You know, something like that. Mid, top, ping it. The power of suggestion is really strong. I mean, that's what the entire advertising industry is predicated on, that concept, where if you just suggest something, people are likely to do it. Like, not always, There'll always be those people where they're just like, don't tell me what to do, you don't know me. Yeah, like that type of stuff, but... you know, in general, if you just ping stuff, a lot of people will listen to you, especially if it makes sense. Because here, the problem is, if you don't shot call, that you need Twitch. You need okay, here's Twitch. Just go sit on him. Okay, good. Sort of. Okay, good, you got him. Whoa, what is this? Is this Dustblade? I don't like Dustblade. I don't mind Death's Dance because it gives you some survivability. I know sometimes people will get Dustblade. I think that's probably what you're gonna go. I don't like that too much here. I mean, it's debatable whether you should even be getting Death's Dance. I think that, you know, at this point, with how fed Twitch is, you should maybe just go ahead and get, like, Randuin's. If you're gonna be, like, face tanking Twitch, which is what it looks like, it's gonna happen in a lot of these fights. Because no one's following you to get him. Oh, she took teleport. Okay. Yeah, you guys should get this. Get it. There's 2 dead. Get this. Get this dragon. There's 2 dead. Ping it. Ping it. Get it. Ping it. No, don't chase Twitch. He's just gonna go invisible. I think y'all are spending way too much time chasing kills. Like, way too much time chasing kills this game. It's a free dragon. I know Water Dragon doesn't seem game-breaking. You're probably dead. Remember, this Caitlyn is borderline worthless. Okay, Sejuani might be able to help you. Yeah, he's just gonna... Okay. This Orianna is kind of saving the day with these ults. Yeah, you need to play around Ori and Sej. Like, don't count on this Caitlyn to do anything here. Right? It's not entirely her fault. I haven't been paying attention to her positioning. It's just like, as a champion, Caitlyn is not that great most of the time later in the game. And she's really far behind in items, so... You know, just don't play around Caitlyn. You need to play around Sejuani and Orianna. If they're there, okay, you can fight. If they're not, don't fight. Okay, just one person back. Everyone else... Go defend Blitz. Oh, he's actually not even pushing it that fast. Caitlyn's got it. Yeah, just get Dragon. Get Dragon. Okay, finally. Getting things. But yeah, all these little advantages, like I said before, after you killed somebody up here, you guys, you know, you did get Xerath, which is good, but you could have had mid-tower. Right here, you know, 2 people were dead. You could have had Dragon, but you tried to go get Twitch. So there are several times where you guys could have gotten these little small advantages. And remember, the faster you get Dragon, the faster the next Dragon comes up. So now, you know, this Elder Dragon's going to be 2 minutes later, but, you know, what if you win a team fight and there's nothing that you can do? But if Elder was up, you could have done Elder. Okay, y'all need to get out of here, get out of here. Nah. You guys, you can't wander around near a Blitzcrank. Because you know they're going to be wanting to look at this area. You don't have wards, so you don't know for sure. I guess there's one ward here. Yeah, you gotta watch the mini-map and just... There's 3 people in base, so y'all can't clear this right now. No, y'all are like walking up to him. You can't do that. There's 3 people that are in base. Even if it's not all 5 of them, it wasn't. It was just 3 of them. But like, Twitch is so strong. If they just have any kind of crowd control plus Twitch, then you guys are gonna lose the fight. Twitch is really powerful. Yeah, y'all had to wait on 5 people to clear that stuff. Just assume all 5 of them are going to be there because there's nothing else for them to do on the map, right? You know they're not bot lane because that wave is so far pushed up. There's no dragon to get. You know they're not mid lane because that wave is pretty pushed up. So the only logical places they could be would be like doing random jungle camps or positioning for Baron. So just assume that they're going to be positioning for Baron. Rewind that here. Y'all gotta let this go. Just let him die. Just let him die. I know they look low, but they have too much CC. Ori didn't have her ult for that. No, definitely not Ghostblade. You getting on them is not a problem, and you're not really split pushing that much. Like, Ghostblade is just not where you want to be as Renekton. You want to be, like, tankier. I mean, they're just evaporating you right now because you don't have any defensive items. So Death's Dance, like I said, is maybe acceptable just to help you one-shot Twitch. Now he has GA, though, so that's a serious problem. So I think maybe Randuin's, either Randuin's or Death's Dance were the options as your item after Titanic. The Ghostblade's not going to help. It's really late in the game. Having that extra 18 lethality is not going to be a huge deal. And you're paying a lot for that active. I mean, you can push bottom, but the problem is it's already pushed. You need to tell them to leave. Twitch, ladies and gentlemen. He's a menace. They did nerf him a little bit on this patch, but not that much. I guess, like, you're running from a blitz, though. Wait, why are you running from blitz? Fight him. What? Everybody's here. Like, you see all of them. They're right here. What? Come on, man. You gotta turn and fight this guy. What? He just ran you all the way down the lane. I mean, maybe you're scared of other people, but the thing is, like, they're literally all in plain view right here. The only other people that are alive are Urgot and Twitch, and they're right there. Yeah, you can't chase him that far. This blitz is just gonna run you down. Like, you gotta bow up on this blitz and just fight him. Like, you gotta look at tab a little bit and just say, okay, there's two people that are dead. The only other two people are right here. Like, just check it right when blitz starts running up and just say, okay, sure, you want to fight? Let's do this, and just go at him. Like, there's no way he beats you with those items. Okay, looks like you're getting Randuin. This is a good call. Yeah, you gotta... I know that the instinct is, okay, blitz is running at me, so someone else must be here. I need to leave. But you gotta fight that and just, like, tab and look. Say, no, actually, they're all middle. I can fight him. Just turn around and mess him up. Like, make him run away. After he leaves you alone, then, like, try to back in a bush or something. I don't know. I think, like, the worst option is just let him chase you all the way down the lane. I think either turn and fight him and get him to run back so that you can back faster. Or just, like, push him in a tower. I mean, what's he going to do if you're sitting here, you know, pounding on this tower? He's going to sit there and, like, punch you a couple of times. I don't know. I think there had to be a better way, though. I think it all starts with, if he wants to run at you like that, just unload on him. And just see what happens. Go from there.
Red team has slain the dragon.
Alright. That's on the rough side. It's not that bad. You don't want to give him the second one, though. But you guys need something. You need wards, you need side lane pressure. Like, right now, everyone's just kind of wandering around, and they just get to start all the fights. They just get to line up with Blitzcrank and just see who they pull. And, like, something else needs to happen. Like, you need to make them split up by applying side lane pressure, or just, like, you need to get a good flank, or, like, set up Sejuani for a good flank. Like, it needs to be something other than everyone just randomly walks around and blitz pulls somebody. Now, Renekton's not the most amazing split pusher in the world. I don't know how he stacks up against Urgot right now. I assume Urgot can probably beat you one-on-one. But I don't know. Now, they see you starting this. I don't like this. They have Twitch and Xerath, who are both very good at defending Barons. I wouldn't pop your ult that early. That's way too early. You don't see Twitch yet. Yeah. You're just too squishy with Ghostblade, I think. Once again, they're dictating this fight. Twitch gets to choose when he wants to show up. Xerath gets to poke. Right, you gotta force them to do something they don't want to do. And I mean, part of this is that there's just no vision on the map. I mean, their team comp's just flat out better than yours, you know. We're being honest, but like, the way to turn this around is to get flanks on people. And just hold your stuff and just wait for Twitch. Like, hold your E and your W. Like, if you want to just auto attack and throw some Qs or something on people, that's fine. We're getting close, but
Blue team's inhibitors responding.
final item should be GA. But yeah, you're not holding enough stuff for Twitch. Oh, he's just going straight up disrespect now. He sold his GA. It's like no respect whatsoever. Just going full out 6 damage items. He's just basically saying, like, I don't think they're gonna get me. What's going on, Rory? You wearing your Christmas pajamas? Out of season? Yeah. Okay. Real quick. There we go. Okay. Well, I'm doing a coaching thing, so I can't.
No.
Yeah. Can't do too much of that. You gotta kill that dirty rat, right? Let me back up a little bit here and see how y'all did kill that dirty rat. What, I mean, how does that possibly happen? Is he just like... Right here, right here, right here. Boom, 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 boom. Okay, good. You got him that time. Yeah, if you guys kill Twitch, you can win for sure. And you made him pay for having GA. Although, even if he had GA right there, he was still dead, 'cause he was really far out of position. Twitches make this mistake all the time. And so you can capitalize on it, where they try to get these flanks instead of staying behind their line. Now, he's getting GA back. He's like, uh-oh, maybe I goofed. Maybe they can get to me. I like it. Make him pay. You can't let him disrespect you like that. It's gonna be really hard to. They have Baron up minions. And Zerath. I don't think y'all are pushing through this. I don't know what you can get. I don't know. Go get his blue buff or something. But y'all aren't getting through this. I would just back up. Your Lux is too low. You don't have cooldowns. Just back. Just leave. Y'all can't fight this. Sejuani's probably gonna die. Yeah, just go get her blue buff or something. Just get this blue buff. It's kind of late, but maybe you can get it anyways. It's getting dicey. Okay, yeah, just get out. I mean, that sucks. I wish y'all could get more, but you can't because they have Baron, so... Just get whatever you can and run. Okay, Twitch is top. What do you got? You working on adaptive helm or something? I would just get a GA. Okay. Catch. Don't forget, save cooldowns for Twitch. Now watch your backline. Watch your backline until you see him. That's Twitch is probably going to try to come up and flank. If you have a control ward, this would be a great place to put a control ward so you can see if he's creeping. Watch for him. He's probably going to show up like over here or something. It is 4v5. Okay, she wasted her ult. You gotta hold something for Twitch. Where is he? There he is. Wait, no. Oh, there he is. There he is. There he is. Oh. Well, okay. Yeah, keep going. Obviously, y'all can't see that disconnection, but proceed cautiously. No, now you gotta leave. Now you gotta leave. Zerath has too much wave clear. Okay, well, thank God he was having connection issues, because if he just, like, rolls up over here and just opens up, probably could have aced y'all. So yeah, someone come down here and clean this up. Okay, so at this point, I mean, you did see Twitch over here, so you can't assume that he's DCing all the time, I guess. If you haven't seen a champion in quite a while, and the other team's, like, mysteriously playing really defensively, they probably have a DC, and you need to pressure them. You cannot let them get the second one of these. Does Lux even have... She doesn't even have a gold item. I mean, you can't do anything about that. I mean, you can, like, you need to keep your yellow trinket. That's one thing that's really big here. It's like, you don't want to switch to sweeper, especially if your support is not warding. Like, you have to put down yellow wards, and you have to get more control wards. Like, your team needs vision. Okay, I'm gonna slow this down a little bit here. Watch for Twitch. Okay, Zerath's over here. Sejuani really needs to be the front line. Right here, right here, right here, right here. Right there. Oh god, that's a fail. Oh yeah, they probably clean y'all up here, don't they? Or he ulted you after you eat out. If you would have E'd in on the Twitch instead, then she would have her ult would have hit the Twitch. Yeah, no, he's untouched. Yeah, so as soon as you see that Twitch, you need to be just watching for Twitch. Like, every time there's a fight, you need to be looking. Like, where's Twitch? Where's Twitch? Okay, so real time here. There he is. There he is. You see him right here. Bounce off of one of these people. Boom. E onto him. Pop everything. Alright, well, you're gonna get tower here. Okay, now that's gonna be rough. That's the second dragon now, which is huge buff. Oh. Okay, she got him anyways. Everyone just likes using their Zhonya's and then dying, I guess. I don't know. Okay, well, Ori did stall a little bit. Oh, he DC'd! Oh, man. Well, sometimes luck shines in our favor. Okay, y'all need to push right now. He's dead. Push, push, push. Yeah, yeah, you need to leave. The volley and blitz are gonna run you down, though. Maybe? Okay, they aren't. No, don't go this way. They're gonna cut you off. Oh, God, Twitch could be here. He probably just DC'd. Leave him alone, leave him alone. Okay. Yeah, just run, don't worry about the raptors. You're full build. Doesn't matter. There's no use for this gold. I guess you can get, like, flasks or whatever with it, but... Leave, you don't have Ori, you don't have Ori. You gotta, you gotta look at the minimap before you fight some of these. There's been a few times this game where, like, you're going ham and trying to fight them, and, like, members of your team aren't there. Like, don't ever fight a 4v5. Or not, I guess ever is a strong word, but rarely fight a 4v5, especially a game that's this close. Jeez. Okay. Hey, Twitch finally got a bit smarter. Now he has lifesteal. I really don't like Spirit Visage here. Yeah, Xerath hurts, but like your sustain is really low. Like, yeah, your Cole's gonna give you some sustain, but you don't have any other modifiers. No, 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 no. Twitch, Twitch, Twitch. Okay, good. You gotta save that ult until you're taking hits from Twitch, till you're like on the Twitch. Don't chase Xerath. Just get down here and fight this. I know Xerath does a lot of damage, but remember, you're not gonna get him. Like, you need to go for Twitch, but then with Xerath, like, just turn around and help your team with the rest of the people. Because Xerath can kite you, Twitch can't. So yeah, right there, I think you have to go back and peel the Kate. She does have a lot of items at this point. Alright. Okay, let's finish this up, and then we'll roll over to the stream here. A little bit late, but that's okay. Make sure we get this done. Okay, so I didn't see you do this that much, but like early on, use your Q, your enraged Q, to help wave clear a little bit. You want to try to use like your rage on the enemy as much as you can. There's another time with the sequencing where you used all of your abilities before you had any rage, and then once you had the rage, it was just kind of sitting there, not doing a lot with it. So, you know, just make sure that you're using your rage to empower your abilities to deal more damage to champions. It's pretty obvious, but you know there are a few places that I pointed out, I think, where you could have optimized that a little bit more. So be careful for enemy rotations. This was most important when the Urgot followed back down after both of you tried to dive Volibear in the tower and clean both of you up. You could have still gotten out of that if you just faded to the bot side of the river, if you just ran out that way I pointed to the bot side instead of going to the top. So if you notice that the enemy top laner is missing and they could be following, just fade out to the bottom area instead of walking right by the top side bush. Okay? Just always look at the minimap and just be aware of who's doing what on the map and could they be coming for me. Okay. So you want to make sure you're using that E to get to the back line. You did that some, but there were several fights where that wasn't happening enough, where you used the first E to hit one of the tanks up front, then you use your second E to get to the back line, Twitch or Xerath, usually Twitch, and just try to wipe him out. So you did that sometimes, but there were a couple other times where you either missed your E or you didn't use your E in that way, or you just like E'd forward and then E'd backward. Like, think about your E as just like a free jump to get to the back line. So you have like 2 flashes basically to get to the back line. That's really important for shutting down that Twitch and getting past a lot of the crowd control in the middle there. Okay, so you need to hold cooldowns for Twitch, most notably your E. So, you know, don't stun, like, don't use your W to stun up their Volibear or to stun up their Blitz or whatever. Who cares? They're not doing that much damage. You know, just hold on to your W. Hold on to your W, hold on to your E. You can sit there and auto-attack them and Q them if you want to help build up some rage. But just wait until you see that Twitch. And don't pop your ult there either. Like, there's no reason to pop your ult. Like, right there a lot of the time. Like, it's iffy. Just wait a little bit to pop your ult. It does last for 15 seconds, so you can pop your ult kind of early in a fight, but just definitely make sure that you hold your W and your E. And then as soon as you see Twitch, E off of one of those tanks. Just E, you know, bounce off of the Blitz, and then E back over and get onto the Twitch on the back line. So just watch for him, hold your E, get back, W him, and just stick on him. Like, there were several fights where Twitch was just sitting there free firing, so you have to watch the Twitch and get and kill the Twitch. Now, it depends on what your team comp is. You know, if you had someone else who could get to the back line, you know, if you had like an Akali or a Talon, I would say you would still want to go to the back line. oftentimes Renekton, like, you can peel with him and just try to, like, face tank, but I don't think he's really that great of a peeler. He only has one peel ability with his W. Sometimes you might have to do that. Like at the very end where you were chasing Xerath, you should have gone back to peel for the AD carry. But I think a lot of times in clean fights, you want to try to get to the backline with Renekton and just be as disruptive as you can. Okay, so that means going for Twitch. You can't get Xerath most of the time because he's going to be able to kite you. But that's not the case with Twitch. Okay. There were several times in this game where your team could have gotten towers after kills or dragons or whatever, but they're just like chasing around other kills or just randomly backing or whatever. Anytime you kill somebody, you need to be thinking, what can I get for this? So you need to get stuff. Either get a tower, get a dragon, you know, if anything, steal a jungle camp, steal a buff, whatever. Like, those are a lot less important than towers and dragons, but you know, you should be actively trying to get objectives when you get kills. And I feel like a lot of times you and your team were just satisfied with the kill. You're like, okay, I got a kill, I'm just going to back. Or, okay, we got a kill, let's see if we can go chase someone else and get another kill. When you should be focusing a lot more on objectives. So you did this some, and that's good in the game. But I want to see you do that a bit more. And I want to see you keep the yellow trinket and use control wards more, especially if your support like is not warding at all. You have to be the one who's warding with yellow trinkets, okay? So you want to use your yellow trinket and use your control wards to get more vision throughout the map. Sweeper's okay, but just leave the sweeper to the jungler and the support most of the time. You just want to keep your wards up as much as you can to help with the vision game with yellow trinket. So I would definitely keep yellow trinket there, especially if no one else is warding. Okay, so the big thing here is don't start fights that could potentially be 4v5s. If you have people in the base that, then don't start a fight. You know, just look and see. There's that one time when y'all got caught near a bear and you were sweeping and killing wards and you were positioning kind of aggressively against this Blitzcrank. There were 3 of your allies were in the base, so it was highly probable that other enemies were going to be in the area. So you just have to play a bit more cautiously. And then also things like where the blitz chase you all the way down the lane. You have to be aware, okay, 2 people were dead. The other people were in plain sight in our base, so I could, in theory, fight this blitz. So I would have turned and tried to fight him, perhaps. Okay. And I think that's about it. So yeah, don't fight 4v5s. Just in general on Renekton, he doesn't have the best closing speed, so you want to make sure that you're, you know, hitting people that you can actually hit. So Twitch can't kite you, so you can go to the back line and fight him. But if it was something like a Gnar, or in this case a Xerath, or something like that, you don't want to try to chase those champions because you're never going to get them, pretty much. So just in general, yeah, you want to be aggressive. Yes, you want to get the back line, but if you can't, then you might have to turn around and just try to peel or do what you can in the fight. So Xerath's a pretty rough matchup, but you know, you just got to do what you can with the resources that you have. So, all right, well, that's going to be it. Thank you very much. Hopefully this helps you out with Renekton. Good early game bully champion, pretty good late game access to the backline. Another thing itemization-wise that I forgot to mention is yeah, I just really wouldn't get Ghostblade. I know you wanted to get that maybe so you could run people down so they couldn't kite you, which is a good thought, but it really didn't help you catch Xerath anyways. And it's just not enough power that late in the game. I mean, Ghostblade is really best as, like, a first item. Except on, like, GP's a bit of a different story because, you know, he does a ton of base damage off of his barrels. And then also he needs that to help him escape when he split pushes. But, you know, with Renekton, you'd be better served. If he wanted more offense to one-shot Twitch, like, that stance would do that way better. and it would give you some more sustain. So it's kind of a hybrid. You want pretty much all hybrid defense offense items. So either Stare Axe or Death's Dance would have probably been the better choice right there. But anyways, that's going to be it. Thank you very much. Hope this helps, and have a good day. I'll see you next time.